When we watch the trailers for Super Mario Galaxy, the movie, we can notice that at no point are Princess Rosalina and Princess Peach shown side by side, even though they are both key characters. Have you ever wondered why that is? Blood sisters. Well, as soon as many fans noticed this detail, hundreds of theories started bubbling up on the internet, and one of the most compelling ones claims that there is a reasonable chance that Peach and Rosalina are nothing less than blood sisters. If you remember well, you'll recall that, in the scene where we see little Peach arriving in the Mushroom Kingdom, she does so through a portal identical to the one used by Mario and Luigi in the movie. This could indicate a few different things. One of them is that Peach was a child who was accidentally with her family, and due to a simple distraction, ended up getting separated from them, found the portal, went through it, and never managed to return home. But have you ever imagined that the family she belonged to could actually be the royal family that guards the cosmos? Well, if that were the case, Peach and Rosalina, who is the one who currently occupies that role, would be nothing less than sisters, heirs to a unique throne, very much in the style of Frozen, where Elsa and Anna are also the heirs to the throne of Arendelle. For some reason, the parents of the two, who would be the king and queen, no longer hold their positions. Maybe they're on an intergalactic vacation. And Rosalina, who is not a queen but rather a princess, takes on the role of regent and the duties of defending the castle, as we saw in the trailer for Super Mario Galaxy, the movie. On top of that, we can notice that the physical similarities between the two characters are striking, with both having long blonde hair, even though Rosalina's blonde is a slightly lighter shade. Both also have eyes with practically identical shades of blue. In this possible sisterly relationship, we could say that Peach would be the sister more focused on extreme maneuvers, using her strength and agility to overcome obstacles, while Rosalina would be more devoted to studying magic. So much so that she uses her star wand to simply annihilate that giant robot, with no effort at all. But even though this theory suggests they could be sisters who will have an emotional reunion in Super Mario Galaxy, there are also other possibilities. So get ready, because we're about to blow your mind. Rivals. There is another possibility that, surprisingly enough, could involve none other than our beloved short, mustached plumber in red, Mario. As you probably know, fans of the franchise have always shipped Luigi's older brother with Princess Peach, and that makes total sense. After all, who would go through all those levels and dangers just to earn a kiss from the princess if there weren't something more behind it, right? Anyway, in the first movie we saw that Mario and Peach had their moments of friendship, but it didn't really go beyond that. And now, with the arrival of a new princess, Rosalina, Mario might end up dedicating more time to this new character, which could leave Peach feeling a bit jealous of our protagonist. Can you imagine the scene where Mario gets a kiss on the cheek from Rosalina after saving everyone, while Peach stands in the background just staring with an angry expression? I don't know about you, but I would absolutely love to see that scene. And if we take it even further, we know that Peach doesn't like to talk things out much and jumps straight into a fight. So if the two of them were to take part in a challenge similar to the one Mario faced against Donkey Kong, how do you think a fight between the two princesses would play out? We have to admit that Rosalina would have a bit of an advantage thanks to her magical abilities, but Peach would clearly be very dangerous, especially now that she's even using her own umbrella as a weapon when fighting her enemies. This is definitely a fight I would pay a few bunches of bananas to see happen in the arena of the Jungle Kingdom, led by King Cranky Kong, Donkey Kong's father, mother, and daughter. Get ready, because now we're going to talk about something that almost made our brains glitch when we discovered it. What if Peach and Rosalina are mother and daughter? Can you imagine that? Well, not only is it possible, but the games in the franchise themselves give us a clue to better understand this situation. As you probably know, the story of the Super Mario Galaxy games is basically the same one fans are used to. Stop Bowser and save the princess. However, they also present small elements of a larger lore, told through a storybook within the game. This happens specifically in the first Super Mario Galaxy, where there is a book whose goal is to provide players with subtle hints about how Rosalina became the princess who leads the Lumas. And brace yourself now, because in Chapter 4 of the Mario Galaxy storybook, titled The Dream, the game describes a dream that the then young Rosalina had about her mother. In that dream, we can only see the figure from the nose down, but that alone is more than enough for us to notice quite a few things. Curiously, the mother character shown bears an impressive resemblance to Princess Peach, such as the shape and style of her long blonde hair, as well as a pair of earrings that look very similar to the ones Peach always wears, a kind of rounded blue gemstone. This could suggest that they both share the same mother, explaining why this hidden figure looks so much like both of them. Or we could go even further. Peach could be Rosalina's mother from the future. Seriously, tell me this theory doesn't fit incredibly well. And remember, this wouldn't be the first time time travel appeared in the Mario franchise. And thinking about it, the opposite could also happen in the movie, with Rosalina being Peach's long-lost mother who, because she lives in space, has a very long lifespan and doesn't age easily. What further supports this possibility is the teaser, where we see Rosalina telling a story that she could very well have created in honor of her own daughter, and in that story, we can clearly see the figure of Peach. There are even rumors that a leaked image from the movie shows the two hugging hugging as if they were mother and daughter. So, what do you think about all of this? Here's a little tip for you. Click the subscribe button down below. That way, it'll be much harder for you to miss any of our upcoming videos. Relatives. A lot of people have no idea, but behind-the-scenes information from the games states that, in the past, shortly after the release and success of Super Mario Galaxy, which launched in 2007, Rosalina was so successful and so well received by fans that a new idea emerged in Japan, where the Mario franchise is developed. At some point, Nintendo itself even planned that in future games, Peach and Rosalina would be shown as being related. This is so true that according to the official Prima Games guide for the original Super Mario Galaxy, the development team initially intended for the two princesses to be relatives, but the plan was mysteriously abandoned. The book doesn't explain exactly what kind of relationship Nintendo's team intended to assign to the pair of princesses, which opens the door to many possibilities. For example, Peach and Rosalina could be first cousins, or maybe even distant cousins. Or perhaps Rosalina could be an aunt and Peach a niece, especially considering how the Cosmic Guardian Princess treats the Lumalese. She really does have that caring aunt vibe. Given all of this, maybe the movie could revisit this idea and finally reveal that the two are sisters, cousins, or share some kind of blood connection after years of speculation among fans. Adoptive sisters. Another possibility that few people consider, but that could absolutely happen and surprise everyone, is that Peach and Rosalina are indeed sisters, but not by blood, rather by adoption. This theory suggests that there was a supreme king and a supreme queen who governed all kingdoms and had the habit of adopting abandoned little girls and giving them a home. There, these girls would learn the art of ruling and how to be good leaders for their people, preparing them to become princesses of various distant kingdoms, assigning them according to their skills and affinities. However, somehow, while playing, little Peach ended up finding a portal that took her straight to the Mushroom Kingdom. After a few years, the supreme royal couple even managed to locate Princess Peach, but upon seeing how well she had adapted and integrated into Mushroom Kingdom society, and realizing that the cute and fragile Toads needed the protection of a warrior version of Peach, they chose to let her fulfill her majestic role in that kingdom, thus carrying out the same duties she would eventually have to perform anyway. Meanwhile, Rosalina lost her beloved sister, but continued her studies and training, becoming the princess assigned to protect the cosmos and take care of the Lumas, as we all know she does. That way, even though they haven't seen each other for years, the two could have an epic moment where they finally reunite and share that long-awaited hug of longing. After all, they are sisters, even if adoptive, and in those cases, what truly matters is the bond of sisterly love they share. Friends, okay. We've talked about several possibilities ranging from sisters, relatives, and even rivals who might duel over little Mario. But if we stop to think about it, we don't actually know much about Peach's world or Bowser's world. What was shown in the movie was very limited, and the truth is that not many details were given about neighboring kingdoms and their rulers. So there's a strong chance that we simply have no idea, because it wasn't shown in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, that Peach and Rosalina might already know each other in the movie universe, kind of like how she already knew Donkey Kong before throwing Mario into that risky battle. On top of that, when Mario and Peach are on their way to the Jungle Kingdom in the Fireflower Fields, we see the princess say that she wants to explore the universe, since there are many places she still doesn't know. This suggests that, outside of the world they're currently in, there is at least one other place in the universe that she has already visited, and that place could very well be Rosalina's castle. That would make everything much simpler, and when Rosalina and Peach meet, they could have their noble tea time moments, and then plan, with Mario's help, how to defeat Bowser Jr., who apparently is the main villain of Super Mario Galaxy, the movie. There's also the chance that they simply become friends over the course of the film, and that is definitely a very likely option. However, I have to admit that I would personally prefer the movie to follow any of the previous theories. What about you? We're wrapping up this video, but if you love having your mind blown, this is the place to be. That's why we picked 2 great videos for you to click, watch, and, best of all, keep hanging out with us.